The studio lights felt hotter than usual as the cameras rolled, and the familiar Good Morning America theme faded into the background. Tom Cruise sat upright, hands calmly folded, his trademark smile present but restrained. From the outside, everything looked polished and professional, yet there was a subtle tension in the air that seasoned crew members could sense immediately. Michael Strahan leaned slightly forward in his chair, cards in hand, his tone friendly but edged with curiosity that bordered on challenge. The interview began smoothly enough. Tom spoke about discipline, longevity in Hollywood, and his passion for practical stunts with the same confidence he had shown for decades. The audience applauded lightly, and Michael nodded along, occasionally interjecting with jokes that landed well. But then the questions shifted. Michael's voice changed just enough to be noticeable as he brought up Tom's relentless work ethic and the rumors surrounding his intense control over projects. "So people say you don't take no for an answer," Michael said with a half smile, half raise of the eyebrow. "That you push everyone around you to the edge. Is that just the price of greatness?" The smile on Tom's face tightened. He inhaled slowly, clearly choosing his words. "I believe in commitment," he replied evenly. "When people sign on, they know the standard. It's not about pushing, it's about delivering what we promise to audiences." Michael nodded, but he didn't move on. Instead, he pressed further, glancing briefly at the camera before looking back at Tom. "But some would say that standard creates fear, not inspiration." A murmur rippled through the studio audience. Tom's posture changed slightly, his shoulders squaring as his eyes locked onto Michael's. For a moment, silence hung heavy, broken only by the faint hum of equipment. Those few seconds felt longer than they were. "Let me stop you there," Tom said calmly, but firmly. "Fear doesn't build great films. Trust does. Respect does. And I don't appreciate the idea that leadership equals intimidation." Michael shifted in his seat, surprised by the sharpness beneath Tom's controlled tone. He smiled again, attempting to soften the moment. "I'm just reflecting what's out there, Tom. Fans are curious." Tom leaned forward now, his voice still measured but carrying unmistakable authority. "Curiosity is fine. Mischaracterization isn't. People who work with me come back because they want to, because they're proud of what we create together." The room felt split between admiration and discomfort. Cameras zoomed in, capturing every flicker of expression. Behind the scenes, producers exchanged looks, silently debating whether to cut to commercial. Michael chuckled lightly, trying to steer the conversation back into safer waters. "Fair enough," he said. "Let's talk about the new film." But Tom wasn't done. "No, actually, this matters," he interrupted, not raising his voice, yet commanding attention. "When you sit across from someone and imply they succeed by fear, you're not just talking about me. You're talking about hundreds of crew members who give everything to their craft." The audience went quiet. Even Michael's trademark ease faltered for a second. He nodded slowly, realizing the interview had crossed into territory he hadn't anticipated. "I hear you," he said more sincerely now. "That wasn't my intention." Tom relaxed slightly, leaning back, but his gaze remained steady. "Then let's be clear. Passion isn't aggression. High standards aren't cruelty. They're respect for the work." Applause broke out, hesitant at first, then stronger. The energy in the studio shifted. What had started as a promotional interview had transformed into a statement. Michael offered a small, respectful nod, acknowledging the moment. "Point taken," he said. "And I appreciate you addressing it." Tom's expression softened just a bit, the familiar smile returning, though it carried more weight now. "That's all I ask." As the cameras rolled on and the interview continued, everyone in the studio knew they had just witnessed something rare. Not an outburst, not a scandal, but a quiet shutdown, delivered with precision, conviction, and an unmistakable sense of control. The first part of the conversation had already left its mark, setting the tone for everything that would follow.